Hello all, my name is Charles Crunchy and we will be talking about the 10 vowels in Akan. Um, and this is how Adinkra Alphabet represent the vowels. So um, these are the 10 vowels. Akan has 15 vowels, and of the 15, 10 are regular vowels. Five of them are nasal, and so those are not represented. Of the four, there are seven that are actually represented. And but with Adinkra Alphabet, we have found a way to be able to represent the remaining three so that it's easier to be able to read and write um, in the Adinkra Alphabet languages of Akan, Ewega, and the Bani. And so I basically have been looking for ways to make it very easy to be able to read and write in our local Ghanaian languages. Um, the and with the vowels have always been very difficult because without the proper pronunciation of the vowels, the words don't make sense, they don't sound right, it's difficult to read. Um, and you know, writing easily, just writing as it comes natural, would be very artificial to be able to write the language. Um, so the vowels, there's a little history. The history is that in the beginning, so there was the seven vowels, which are a, e, o, u. A. The A and the O were created. They were added many years ago to the Akan language, and essentially just to standardize the languages. Um, and But after those were added, um, it was realized that there were still other vowels needed. So in the past, there were tonal marks on these vowels, but that has been abandoned. Now we don't use the tonal marks on them because it doesn't help. It actually uh, makes it more difficult to be able to again read and understand in the language. Um, so there are three that are now represented. I myself, I identified initially two of them, which I call the extended A, extended E, and then I also just a few days ago discovered there is an U. Um, so actually, there's a video that I made that showed how to sound them. So if you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend it. Um, and the most recent discovery that came to me is attaching a marker. So we have the C character in the alphabet that is not used in Ghanaian languages. Uh, and so uh, it became quite easy to use it as a marker for the three vowels that are not currently represented. And so attaching the C character to the R will shorten it into A, and attaching it to A will shorten it into long E. Attaching it to O will shorten it into U, and then you have the U sound. So here we have R, A, E, E, O, U, E, U. So those are the 10 vowels. And we will be going over how I mean, what is the difference? You know, this is the question I've asked myself so many times. And then, you know, what is it? Why do we have to have so many vowels? You know, just to be able to properly make words. And we will go over what is the difference, because sometimes they almost sounds the same. So here, this diagram here shows the 10 vowels, and then also all the consonants. So the character C, here is the marker for the 3 additional vowels. And then we also have the double consonants, 10 of them, and then just the regular consonants. So in the Akan language and in the other, you know, most languages have what we call vowel harmony. So vowel harmony is essentially you have vowels that play together. They go together, and they are used to form words together. The interesting thing to know is that the vowels, so the regular vowels A, O, U, and E, so these are called advanced tongue root vowels, and they, in most words, they will be used together. And these other vowels, which is A, E, O, E, and U, are called retracted tongue root vowels. So those also goes together. So E, U, O, A goes together. And to be able to to understand that, this is a diagram. I don't know. I highly recommend get a copy of my book, Adinkra Alphabet, the Adinkra Alphabet, and their hidden meanings. This diagram is in there, and there is a section on phonetics, which will go deeply into the phonetics of both the vowels and the consonants. So this is a diagram, a detailed diagram of the airway. You have the tongue, you have your vocal cord, trachea. This is the eating, the esophagus, the eating pathway. So in vowels pronunciation, you're looking at the tongue and the vocal cord. So essentially, vowels are sounds that are made in which the airway it's open, so the sound just comes straight through. And if you look at the shape of the Adinkra alphabet characters, they actually give you a sense of how the vowels. So you kind of open up your airway, and Adinkra Hene being the alphabet in which Adinkra symbol is a sound to that. And if in the book you give an explanation of which is characters are sound to which one. But yeah, so that is the airway, and then the sounds coming through. And here is a simplified diagram, and here we have so we represent this rectangle, the tongue uses to return the so the tongue is a representation of it, and this is a representation of the pharynx. And advanced tongue root, so in those vowels which are in the first column of the previous diagram showing the advanced tongue root, the tongue is tensed and it moves forward. So when you sound them, it comes really deep from the throat, and the tongue is moved out of the way, moved forward. So that's why they are called positive ATR. In the negative ATR, the tongue is retracted and moved back. And so those are the negative ATRs, back towards the pharynx. So I hope this helps. So again, here is the diagram showing the positive ATR and the negative ATRs. And so here the tongue is tense and it moves forward, and then here the tongue is retracted. So that's why what differentiate these sounds. So they may seem like they're the same. What is the difference? But um, the linguists they've studied this long enough, and they have been able to differentiate these sounds. So example of ATR, and here you see the word Akwaba. So you see that it starts with an R and it ends with R. Akonya starts with R, ends with R. Efie starts with A, ends with A. Etri starts with A, ends with E, which is also in the same positive ATR column. Moma starts with O, ends with R. And then Mpoma starts with so this O, which we will explain, we'll go over when we use the Adinkra characters. And then Mpoma starts with U, ends with A. So Akwaba means welcome, Akonya chair, Efie is home, A3 head, Moma forehead, and then Mpoma door. Now Koko means red. So you see that it's in the second column and of ATR, and so that's a retracted sound, and so the O and ends with or ends with U. So Epono, so that's in the second column also. Owo, snake. Epono is door. So Epono and Mpoma means the same thing. Kesie is large. Adie, thin. Kwan, direction. Now when you use the Adinkra Adinkra characters, you see, so Akwaba, same thing. Kunya, same thing. And then Efie, you have A and then end with A. E3, A ends with E. Moma, you have O, ends with A. And then Mpoma, so there you see you use the C to mark that O, and it gives you the U sound. So Mpoma, Mpoma, which is which helps you to properly sound it. Koko is red. Epono, so again you have without the C character, it will be difficult to really tell which O this is. But with that, you know that this is Epono. Owo, snake, Sie, and again with the if you are not preview to this, reading, you will be reading slowly because your mind is going to go backwards and forth. Is this an A or is it an E? But once you see the C sound, you know that it's going to be Kesie, E with an A at the end. Obviously linguists who deal with this all the time will be able to tell that depending on the ending, this will flip. And idea is a thing, acquire is direction. So I did this a while back. So this is the beginning when we started working on Adinkra Alphabet. I wrote the Ghana patriotic songs. Actually, I dropped most of the vowels, just simplified it. I was hoping, my aim is to be able to simplify the languages, have a very uniform writing system that we all can write, we all will understand, but it was too simplified. Like here you see yen ara asase ni, the E I used to use the I, which really would not work because as I start to get more deeper into the words, I realized some of they were conflicting and really was difficult to be able to read them properly. So this is the old, this is the new, And if we go over the new, so you have yen ara assassini, eye abo dendin mayen. So so once you see the D, once you see the E with a C, you know it's gonna be E, and dendin mayen. So there won't be confusion when you are reading. Moja nananum hwiegui nya de tohomai. So once you see the E with this with the marker, you know it's gonna be E. And edu mene. Now the A here, see, once you see the marker with the A, you know it's gonna be A, not the EA, but it's gonna be the A, which is shortened to A. So edu mene wo nsoso say yebeye bi atwaso. Nimdie entraso nkontonkrane ne apesamenkuminya. Edi, again you see edi, yen bra mu dem. Mayen asa ho do atom. So once you see the O with the marker, you know this is gonna be U, and so atom. I find that this really makes it easy to read and also to write and to be easily understand the languages. So hopefully you find it helpful also. Of course, not all, just like in any language, there are a few words that would not follow the ATR placement and rule, but most words in the Akan and the other Ghanaian languages also they have their own ATR. They will follow similar patterns. So thank you, and thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That helps us a lot. And if you have any questions, comments, please post them below. So that's it. Bye.